Jamaica's inflation rate is set to hit a record low, with projections for the 12 months ahead expected to fall to 4%. Governor of the Bank of Jamaica, Brian Winter, made the disclosure during the bank's quarterly press briefing on Wednesday. The information is taken from the BOJ's Inflation Expectation Survey conducted in July of this year. According to Winter, the 4% is a new record low in the history of the survey.
This is also well below the bank's target for the fiscal year. Now, this is really very encouraging, and it supports the efforts of Bank of Jamaica to restrain general price increases to moderate levels. It will also support us in reaching our medium-term goal of matching our inflation with inflation in our main trading partners. And by that I mean mainly the United States, Trinidad and Tobago, Canada, the United Kingdom, China, and the Euro area.
The BOJ governor says the bank is forecasting that inflation will end the fiscal year 2015-2016 in the range of 5.5 to 7.5%.
In other words, barring unforeseen events, our inflation target is going to be met. With inflation during the month of July, recently reported by Statin at 0.9%, inflation for the 12 months to the end of July was only 3.8%. This is the lowest in more than 43 years and compares to 9% in July last year, the 12 months to July last year. As I have stated repeatedly since January, we are forecasting that the 12-month inflation rate is going to continue to fall through to the end of September before it starts to rise again in the second half of the fiscal year to end within our target range, the 5.5 to 7.5% that I said earlier.
He predicts that the inflation rate at the end of September will be about 2%. Meanwhile, on the basis of lower inflation expectations, among other factors, the bank earlier this month reduced the interest rate on its 30-day certificate of deposit by 25 basis points to 5.25% per annum. This follows a similar reduction in April this year, which makes it the lowest policy rate in 25 years. The bank's governor also has some good news for the local banks effective Thursday.
Can indicate that the bank has taken a decision today that effective tomorrow, the interest rates at which we provide liquidity to deposit-taking institutions will be reduced by a further 50 basis points. So, to give an example, the rate on the standing liquidity facility, which is an overnight lending facility that we provide for banks, deposit-taking institutions, that rate was 9.5% in March. At the end of June, following adjustments that had been made, including the rate cut I mentioned earlier on the signal rate in April, at the end of June, that rate was reduced to 8.75%. With the adjustment I am announcing today, the rate on this facility will fall to 8%. 8% flat.